Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I have some really good things for you guys. So I have 3 sniper classes, I'd say the best 3 snipers in the game right now, and 3 of the best sniper supports for those said snipers. So today, my fault. So right now we are doing the XRK Stalker, or as I like to call it, the Wish Kar 98. So it won't shoot to any range. Has a very good bullet velocity and 4 very good very good bullet velocity. Can one shot up to 61 meters, I believe, and has an ADS speed of 503. So I'll show you. So bullet velocity of 1,116 with an effective damage range of 33 meters. And an ADS speed of 503 milliseconds. So for this build, we want to start off with the Sonic Suppressor XL. This increases our effective and minimum damage range by 5%, as well as your bullet velocity by 13%. It also reduces your recoil by 4% for horizontal and vertical. However, increases your recoil, but it's a sniper, so it doesn't really matter on the recoil control. Then you want to go for the SL Razorhawk Laser Light. This increases our ADS speed by 9% and our sprint by 15%. I like to go for the Aklik LR Slate scope. This is just the Kar 98 scope. This is just like the one. If you know the sniper scope for the Kar 98 in Modern Warfare 2019, this is that scope. So and also with the XRK Stalker, for me personally, I like the lower zoom sights because this is a 3.7 times zoom. Like compared to the SBX with the 6.6, it's almost like a 2 times, it's almost 2 times more increased. Then you want for the no stock, this increases our ADS speed by 5%, a sprint to fire by 6%, an ADS movement speed by 6%, sprint to fire by 2%, and movement and crouch movement speed by 5%. You could also go for the Helix Light Stock. This increases it by 3%, but and gives you way less like aiming sway. So but it's really up to you. And finally, the High Grain Round. These increase your effective and minimum damage range by 15%, as well as your bullet velocity by 15%. So it just makes a really big difference. And going on to the sniper sport, we have the OTS-9. I'd only recommend the OTS-9 for this sniper though. For the other ones, I'm using obviously other sniper sports. But just because it's very aggressive, you're not going to be like in a tower playing passively. So for the OTS-9, you want to go for the Thorn 90 barrel. This increases our ADS speed and sprint to fire by 6 and 8% respectively. It decreases our hit fire minimum and hit fire max by 5 and 7% respectively, and then attack stance spread by 21%. And then our sprint speed is increased by 4%, and tactical sprint speed is increased by 3%. Then you want to go for the Zen Compensator Flash Hider. This decreases our recoil by 5% and 15% for horizontal and vertical recoil respectively, and also gives us visual recoil control. Then we want to go for the Hatchet Light Stock. This increases our ADS speed by 5%, ADS movement speed by 6%, crouch movement speed by 5%, and then movement speed in general by 2%. Then the DR6 Hand Stop increases our ADS speed by 9% and sprint to fire by 9%, as well as ADS movement speed by 6% and movement speed by 4% and crouch movement speed by 5%. Then you want to go for the 50 round drum, just so you don't run out of bullets mid-fight. So it shows how it plays. Very fast, pretty good for mid-range, but it's mostly a close-range SMG, especially since it got its effective damage range nerfed. So now we're going on to the the Farah 83 from Cold War, or the MTZ 556. This just got buffed recently, so it's very low. low recoil, but also has like very nice movement speed. I'd recommend this for like the big map on Urzikstan, just because this thing can't really, like, it's fairly fast, but you can't like quick scope. So I go over the Farah 83. This has changed from the last time I covered it. So I'm going to go for the MTZ Drifter Heavy Long Barrel. This increases our effective and minimum damage range by 28%. So it has an effective damage range of 45 meters, which is just crazy. And then your bullet velocity by 15%. And you reduces your recoil by 3% for recoil gun kick, 4% for horizontal recoil, and 5% for vertical recoil control. The Casus Break. This reduces your horizontal recoil by 18. I wouldn't use the Zen Compensator, even though it does reduce your recoil even more. It does cut back on your bullet velocity, so I wouldn't use that on any long-range AR or LMG. Then the Brawn Heavy Support Grip. This reduces your recoil gun kick by 11% and your horizontal by 12%, as well as giving us some of that recoil gun, visual recoil control and aiming idle sway. Then we can go for the Jack Glassless Optic. This is literally built to reduce your visual recoil, says in the top left, and it makes the gun like so much better. Finally, you want to go for the 50 round drum, as usual. Then you want to go for the ZRG or the Cat AMR, as they call it in this game. So you want to go, I'll just show it off actually real quick. So, bang. I'm keeping the default scope just because I'll change that to that. So I'm going to go for the Sonic Suppressor XL. This increases your effective and minimum damage range by 5%, as well as your bullet velocity by 13. And this has an infinite damage range, as you can see by the minimum and effective damage ranges, because they're both the exact same. So there's just no like drop off, like you want to have linear range. Then you want to go for the Zhang 34 barrel. This increases your effective damage range by 25, and then your bullet velocity by 10. SL Razorhook Laser Light reduces your ADS speed by 7% and Sprintify by 13. Tactical Stock Pad reduces your ADS by 7. And finally, the 50 cal Spirit Fire rounds. This increases your effective and minimum. Actually, my fault. We want to go for the high grain rounds. The high grain rounds. This increase effective minimum and bullet velocity by 15%. I'll just check something really quick. Okay, it is using the high grains. And finally, this is the same build as beforehand, but another great sniper sport I love to use is the Ram 7 Sniper Sport. This is such like a nice gun. Like visual recoil, and it's really good up close. So you want to go for the Zen Compensator, just because this is it's because this is like meant to be close to mid range. You don't really care about the bullet velocity that much. So it reduces your horizontal recoil by 5% and vertical by 15%. The XRK Core Mark 40 Heavy Barrel, this reduces your effective and minimum damage range by 12 and 13% respectively, and your bullet velocity by 15 increases. And then your recoil control, the recoil gun kick is decreased by 5%, and your horizontal and vertical recoil are reduced by 7%. The Brawn Heavy Support, you know what it does, 11% for recoil gun kick and 12% for horizontal. Jack Glassless, you know what it does, reduces visual recoil while firing, so that gives us a nice crisp, gun, so it doesn't make, so yeah. And then the 40 round mag, just so you can have a little bit more speed. And finally, you want to go for the intervention. So I go for the Sonic Suppressor L. This increases our effective and minimal damage range by 5%, as well as your bullet velocity by 13. This laser light, I'm not going to try and pronounce that. It reduces your ADS speed by 9% and your sprintify by 18%. I like to go for this hybrid scope. It goes from 3.7 to 7 times. This also increases your ADS speed by 6% and ADS movement speed by 12%. So that's why I like using it. Then we're going to go for the Skull 40. This reduces our ADS speed by 8% and sprintify by 23%. And finally, to make this thing one shot, you want to go for the 408 explosive rounds. This increases your effective and minimum damage range by 43%, but reduces your bullet velocity by 48%. Oh, it's interesting. So the headshot is 480. And then for this, I like to go for the Techno Micro. This barrel, it reduces your ADS speed by 4% and sprintify by 6%, as well as increasing your ADS movement speed by 3%, crouch movement speed by 5%, and movement speed by 2%. The DR6 hand stock, this reduces our ADS speed by 8%, sprintify by 10%, ADS movement speed is increased by 10%, crouch movement speed is increased by 11%, and movement speed in general is increased by 4%. Then you want to go for the Jack Glasses optic, reduces that visual recoil. Then the Phantom Grip, this really helps with our sprintify because it's a very slow pulling out gun. So you want to go for the, so it reduces your ADS speed by 8% and sprintify by 22%. And finally, the 50 round mag, just to hold, obviously 50 rounds, and it's not as slow as the 100 round. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit of a longer video, but hope you enjoyed. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.